Mr. Aboagye, 8 sub-programs. Which one is actually catching your attention in terms of being the private sector? What really do you think? Which of them do you really think will solve the private sector's, woes?
I think all the programs are relevant because they are interlinked. And for us, we believe that in all the programs, there is opportunity for the private sector to tap into. If I look at the program, I realize that in Ghana, we are good at diagnosing economic problems. We are also good at proposing solutions. What we've lacked over the years is implementation. This is not the first time we've had a very good program. And I think it's not going to be the last time we're going to have such a program. Implementation is very key. So if you look at the pillars, manufacturing relevant. If you look at the agro and agro-processing, very relevant for our economy. If you look at even the, in terms of the entertainment side, I think Show 24 also.
Yeah, the tourism aspect.
It's also being spearheaded by private sector organizations. So for me, all the programs are interlinked. And I think that we should look at it holistically instead of separating or choosing one and leaving the other. What I think is we have to do is how we engage the private sector broadly to be able to implement this particular program. The success of it depends on the private sector, as the president rightly said. So you don't basically leave out a key institution. I'm coming back to him, like the Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry. In fact, it's the biggest business association in this country, the only business association that was set up by a legislative instrument with over 10,000 members. We have branches in almost all the regions. And I was telling him that I was very much disappointed that the chamber was not consulted, never consulted. He has accepted, and they are going to make an amends. But you are leaving out these 10,000 businesses which cut across all the sectors out. For me, it's not the best way to start. But the program for me is very good. I have stated that any policy that's have the intention to change the structure of the economy, I'm always in support of it. Right from independence, there have been several attempts to change the structure. We have said it over and over again. Even in Kwame Nkrumah's 7-year development plan, the first and the second one, there was an attempt to ensure that we produce what we import substitution, and even produce more for us to be able to export. This policy is also structured in that way. That is the only way we can prevent our economy from, whenever there is any shock. The economy is so vulnerable, let me put it that way, that any little shock, we find ourselves wanting. So we want to produce more to consume. We want to export more and also get the revenue for ourselves.